With all the traveling, I can see how many biases we have. They say India is terribly filthy, and people defecate right on the streets. Everyone sees India as incredibly anti-sanitary, and says an unprepared tourist will definitely catch an intestinal infection in the first couple of days. But I'd say India has transformed lately. Many Russian cities would be jealous of its tidiness. That's right, my friends. The horror stories of India's dirt became history. Good morning. I'm going for a stroll around Delhi. My guide is waiting downstairs. We're going to spend our day exploring the capital city of India. I don't have much time. I'll spend one day in Delhi. I'll try to make it as eventful as I can. I found a local Indian who speaks Russian. I hope he tells me all the interesting things and helps me with my quick tour. So we're in Delhi. The city is divided into several parts. There's New Delhi, built by the British some 100 years ago. It's a fancy district with palaces and monuments to fit every taste. They even have Pushkin's and Tolstoy's monuments. New Delhi also features embassies, ministries, and other government offices. There's also Old Delhi. This part existed before the British came here. It has narrow streets, cobwebs of cables, and huge crowds of people. Those are middle-class houses. Are those apartment blocks? That's a house. That's a house belonging to one family. They can also rent it out. Speaking about Middle East, how much do they earn in Delhi? $400. $300 a month? $400. $400? Is that a good salary? Not good, but okay. Say, if you're a teacher, or a tutor or something. A teacher's salary can be higher. It can be like $500 or $800. Cleaners and others earn less. Is it 22,000 rupees? That's the minimum salary. For a cleaner's job? Yes, that's a lot. 22,000 is a lot. That's a government job. How much do doctors earn? A doctor's minimum salary is $1,000. Doctors earn a lot, don't they? Yes, they have a good salary. Bus drivers earn like 40,000 or 35,000 in rupees. Is that after tax? That bus is a government one. Private bus drivers earn less. If you work on a private bus, your salary will be like 20 or 25,000. Do you have pension here? We don't. You don't have any kind of pension, right? Well, those who work in the army, they get pension. What about ordinary people? Ordinary people don't. In 2004, the government abolished it. We get a large sum of money once, upon retirement. That's it. A second-hand Sunday market. They sell it for 100 rupees. Isn't it too expensive? It's like $2, isn't it? Yes, a little bit less. Check this out. It's Adidas. It's fake, right? Well, not fake. You see, it can be stolen. How much is that? It's 1,000 rupees. It's expensive. It's genuine. Genuine Adidas sneakers. Adidas sneakers can't cost less. In a good store, they'd be like 5,000. Yes, right. A beggar. Our guy shoos her away. The guys are trying jackets on. You want to buy anything here? Nice suits. Yes. And a hat. A suit and a sun hat. I see everyone wearing backpacks in front. Is that because of thieves? Yes. They're afraid. He sells it for 100 rupees. That's a lot. 100 rupees for a used t-shirt. It's a lot. It is. It costs the same in Moscow, at the market. Jeans for 250 rupees. Jeans, huh? Yes. Those are new. New jeans. They make them tighter or wider. All right, you can take them in. You buy pants in here and take them in. Yes, I'll help you with the size. New sneakers have arrived. And shoes. What's in here? Police. Why do the police shoo them away? Because the trading's not allowed here. Not in here. Look, they're selling Indian tea. That's tea. You can try it if you want. Oh, thank you. The locals drink milk tea. Milk tea, yes. In India, people drink milk tea. How much is it, huh? How much? 10 rupees. 10 rupees, yes. It's tea here. Someone lives right here. Here, yes. It's a sleeping place. What's he cooking? Biryani. What? Biryani. That's rice and ox meat. That's rice and ox meat, I see. Yes, ox meat. It's like beef. It's like beef, but not beef. Ox meat. Looks like pilaf. Look here. It's lentil. And they're cooking bread. It's called chapati. Here are eggs and fish. That's cooked fish for 20 rupees. 20 rupees a piece? A piece. That's a lot. Do people even have such money? That's not much. 20 rupees for a small piece of fish. You won't find cheaper fish. How much is 20 rupees? Like $3? No, not $3. 20 rupees? 20 rupees, it's like 20 rubles. 20 rubles, okay. I got it wrong at first. Right, it's not that much. Not much, okay. Is that pure milk? Just pure milk, yes. You can buy milk from him. Here's tea if you want it. Check this out. It's fine milk. It's frothed. Looks like a cappuccino. Like cappuccino, yes. Local tea is called masala. There's no universal recipe. Usually it's black tea boiled in diluted milk. They add sweetener into it, either sugar or honey, and also spices, cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, and ginger. You can roam around Old Delhi either on foot or in a tuk-tuk. The prices are negotiable, but of course they're higher for tourists. I paid 250 rupees for a 30-minute tour around Old Delhi. Here, take it. Those are sweets. He treats everyone to that, right? Yeah, it's called prasad. Come again? Prasad. It's a kind of praise to God. Is it used at weddings? No, it's a kind of prayer. A prayer? Yes. It's pure sugar. Well, yes. Check this out. That's the real life of Old Delhi. That was built by the 5th emperor. Is that a street toilet? Yes. That's a hairdresser. They cut hair, wash the linen, and do everything on the streets. Some stores are closed because it's Sunday. Will it be more crowded tomorrow? It will, yes. Cars are obviously useless here. Yes, it's tight. You see, they're selling meat. Yes, I see. 20 rupees a kilo. 20 rupees for a kilo of tomatoes. We got in a traffic jam. Those are local goods. It's getting dirty. That's an endless market. Finally, we reached a wide street. There's a wide range of vehicles. People are sleeping right on the street. That's too few, you know. Pay him as he wishes. Okay, fine. The rickshaw cost 250. 200 was too few. No. The tourists disinfect their hands before boarding the bus. Delicate modern tourists. I see discreet thieves working here, like pickpockets. Are there any robbers seizing things by force? Say, can someone possibly come up and seize my camera? It's possible, yes, but not often. They don't do that to foreigners. They don't attack foreigners, do they? No. Like with a knife or a gun to seize camera or money? No. Not with tourists, no. Tourists are important to us. If you're a tourist, you'll be fine. I can keep my pockets open, right? Right. No attempts of them? No. Amazing. They took away all cables from the street. It looks fine, and there are no traffic jams. It's much better now. Street parking's free, isn't it? There's no parking here. Are the cars parked along the road for free? No. Is it paid? How much is it? It's from 20 to 50 rupees. Per hour? Yes. 20 rupees an hour. Not much. While India does its best to deal with garbage and filth, the traffic is still awful. Indians can't stand emptiness. If they can squeeze in, they'll do it. People use every street light to squeeze in between the lanes or through the roadside. They turn a 4-line road into a 7-line one and get constant traffic jams. Those are beggars performing, right? Do they ever get money? Well, that's an impressive performance. Should I give her money or not? We were the only ones to give them money. How much is gas? Gas is nearly $1. 77 rupees. 77 rupees. Yes, like rubles. A liter, yes. Beggars work in traffic jams, begging for money. But no one gives it to them. It's better not to. I wouldn't do that either. But that was one of a performance. I paid for her show. Those are huge traffic jams. There are lots of cars and tuk-tuks. It's Sunday, though. Is that not much? It's quite a few. Quite a few! I wanted to take a look at the slums of Delhi. I thought they'd be full of filth and dirt. But even the slums turned out to be tidy. I'd say Delhi's slums are the tidiest in India. The government keeps struggling against people defecating on the street. They put public toilets all over the place. But many citizens still prefer doing that on the street. We arrived at the slums. Those are the houses, built of God knows what. The traffic is awful. Kids on bikes, speeding trucks, people crossing the street. It's shocking to look at and scary. I have no idea how they survive with all the traffic. Look, they run across the street, avoiding the flow. The most shocking thing is the kids playing right on the road, riding their bikes. And no one gives a damn about them. Those are the locals. They are used to such life. They even have electricity. Electricity. They're cleaning the ditch, right? With a shovel, right. Here's the railway. That's Hanuman, the air deity. The locals pray over there. Look, they also have a shrine. I see, a small shrine built at the house. Yes, they built an outside shrine. Yes, a shrine. They live here and attend the outside shrine. Look how clean it is. Yes, I see. They come here to pray every day. She's asking you where you came from. I told her you were from Russia. Those are local kids. There's a school. There's a toilet over there. There's a shared toilet for the whole area. It is. It's over there. Those are the streets. The houses. It's a kind of maze. Watch your head. Well, I couldn't do without a guide. Here's a fridge, taking half of the house. Here, they can dye your hair and to make a haircut. They take off their shoes while entering the house area, and it's clean and neat over there. They put up a frame to shoo away criminals, but it doesn't work. It's a line to the ATM. People are standing in the line to the ATM machine. The guys are selling corn here. They somehow managed to buy corn in the mess and eat it on the way. I'll tell you about India. It's a very large country. It's not divided into regions like Russia. There are 28 states and 4 metropolitan cities in India. Those are Delhi in northern India, Mumbai in the west, Calcutta in the east, and Chennai or Madras in the south. 4 metropolitan cities. The current population of India is 1,300,000,000. Second in the world. We are second in the world after China. More than 80% are Hindu. Less than 15% of the population are Islamic. 5% are other faiths. Nearly 70% of people live in villages. Our mother tongue is Hindi. Our working language is English. And we have 22 official languages. 22 languages? Yes. And there are nearly 1,500 dialects. How many languages do you speak? I speak English, Hindi, Russian, a bit of German. As for the local dialects, I speak Bhojpuri and Maithili. One of the main landmarks of Delhi is the Jama Masjid Mosque. It was built in the 17th century, during the Mongol Empire period. One of the domes is scaffolded, but there are no workers. The mosque is famous for holding the Quran written on deerskin, a red beard hair of Muhammad, his sandals, and footprints. The entrance is free, but the filming permit costs 300 rupees. 300 rupees for each camera. So you'd better hide your extra cameras. A wrapping is also 50 rupees. You'll need it if you have shorts on, or if you're female. And 100 rupees more for slippers. As you may know, you must take your shoes off inside. Shoes are not allowed, so you can buy disposable slippers for 100 rupees. That's my first time seeing a mosque where you put on disposable slippers. Everything's possible in India. Any whim for your money. Hi, kitty. Life's in full swing over here. There are lots of tuk-tuks honking. But it's relatively calm in the mosque. It's not so easy to climb up a minaret. First, there's no space up here. I'd say it's a rather dubious viewpoint. People squeeze in here like pigeons on a perch. Second, the stair doesn't allow two people to pass by easily. When someone climbs down and meet the others climbing up, they end up in a traffic jam and squeeze by somehow. That's how amazing the mosque looks from above. There's no greenery in Old Delhi, unlike in New Delhi. There are people almost on every roof, flying kites. Lots of birds and black kites are flying up around the city. That's how the minaret looks at sunset. To climb up a minaret is 100 rupees, but the climbing is rather dangerous, with the narrow stairs and almost no space up there. You should be ready for friendly hugs with the Indians who want to see the beautiful sunset from up there. In fact, the mosque is a great place to enjoy the sunset in Old Delhi, as it costs money. There are not many people in here. The viewpoints are fine. The mosque is stunningly beautiful, amazing, and very delicate. Whoa, here are the treats. The guys are frying treats in nice oil, right in here. As it's Sunday, many stores are closed, and the road is nearly empty. On work days, the street is crowded like 24/7. There are extra thick cables up there, looking like power lines. The cables look impressive. In fact, they are currently renovating the streets, taking the cables away. They somehow park their bikes here, put up their carts, and even pass each other by. I have no idea how they pass each other by or even survive here. I'm impressed by the mingle of people, constantly busy with something. The life is incredibly intensive and concentrated. Here's the Indian urban life. They put up nice poles and are constructing wide pavements. They even planted trees. It's going to be nice here. Are those wedding clothes? For a wedding, yes. How much is the outfit? Some are 5,000, some are 10,000. There are various ones. They're renovating the whole street. Here you see, they almost finished the paving. It's encrusted with polished granite, forming the pattern. And here's a pedestrian street. As it happens, they don't really care about pedestrians. No one gives a damn about people crossing it. The British built the beautiful thing about 100 years ago. I found an elevated crosswalk in Delhi. Don't they give way to pedestrians at crosswalks? Well, the guys are taking a photo. I see the local dogs are really lazy. Why are the dogs sleeping? It's Sunday. It's Sunday, right. Will they wake up tomorrow? They're checking out nice girls. The dogs are not working on their day off. Well, we are riding on a tuk-tuk. It's a great vehicle. It's... how much is it? 100 rupees. For all of us or per person? A trip to the railway station is 100 rupees. Is it a tourist or a common rate? It's tourist rate. How much is it for the locals? 50 rupees. Okay, it's 50 for the locals. Well, all right then. We'll go at a tourist price. A tuk-tuk is a fine vehicle to take photos from. We're entering the railway station. It looks like a market in a small town. Everything's very bright. There are ads all over the place. We can't simply go inside, as we have to check and scan our luggage in a booth. So, we're at the railway station. There are Indian landmarks hanging on the walls, and also there are posters appealing for responsible attitude towards garbage. Here, they suggest refusing plastic. And here's a machine collecting plastic bottles. Plastic bottles for recycling. But the machine seems stuffed up and out of use. But that's a good start. They started to fight against garbage in India, or rather against plastic. The fight's currently going as an information campaign. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, appealed for not using plastic bags. But there's nothing to replace them with. Some sellers started offering textile bags to their clients. India was supposed to become a no-plastic country by October 2022. But the launch of a 3-year campaign was postponed due to its negative impact on manufacture. Here's a nice poster saying, "Clean India, Green India." They seem fine with cleaning. At least I saw no trash even in the slums, walking around Delhi today. You see, people are sleeping right on the floor. It's fine and clean here. Everything looks more or less tidy. That's how the porters work. They carry several bags on their heads. For some reason, our guide went to buy tickets. In fact, no one cares about them. They just go ahead. Although the sign says no entry. But who cares? We're in India. It's because the security guy's not here. Everyone says you should try riding an Indian train. It's a rather nice experience, if you have enough time. Indian trains tend to arrive late. Not a couple of hours late, but up to a day late. So, if you have enough free time, you can try gaining the experience and boarding the ride called Indian Railway. I don't have enough time today, so we'd better use planes. It's the only local transport for you to be sure you'll arrive more or less on time. But I'd be happy to board a common train car with a crowd of people to have fun with. Wouldn't it be exciting? Here's a tight waiting line to the ticket stall. People are standing so close to each other. Here's our guy over there. Here, you should stand very close. You can't just join the line without squeezing up against each other. Make sure to press your ass and your front against your neighbors. The people are hugging you, aren't they? You're standing rather tight. Is that to make sure no one squeezes in? You prevent them from squeezing in? Yes, right. We move together. Watch out, the man behind you looks rather agitated. On top of that, the line is flanked with handrails, so no one avoids standing there. But still, as soon as you reach the stall, you meet people trying to squeeze in and putting out their hands to the stall. Can't we enter here? No, it's an exit. Everyone enters here. Okay. We broke their safety system. We broke all the rules, but there are 16 platforms. 16 platforms? Yes. Those are the high-class seats, for those with high-class tickets. The rich rest here, right? With ACs and everything. Those with no money rest on the floor. Smiling in front of a train is not allowed. No, selfies not allowed, I know. Selfie in front of train, yes. No selfies. It's so clean here, the guy's sleeping on the clean floor. No one even craps on the railways. It's surprisingly clean. When I visited Mumbai, it was much dirtier than here. It's a common car, isn't it? Hello. Yes, with seats, a kind of coach car. I see. It's a lower class car. Someone lucky is lying down in there. Here's a woman-only car. And here's a mixed one. Hey, how are you?
Good, where are you going? Where are you going? Let's go to Punjab.
I'm the main local railroad photographer. Everyone wants me to take a photo of them. Hello. That's what it looks like. The fans prevent you from suffocating. And here are the berths and seats. I'd say it smells like a toilet. Oh, I see. Here's the toilet. Where are the people with firewood heading? Will they take the firewood to the train? Yes. They collected the firewood in Delhi, and they're heading somewhere on the train? Are they taking the firewood from here to their place? Yes. Amazing. Are there first-class cars? Not in this train. The guys obviously have fun in there. Here's a better train. Look how clean it is. That's the railway station. As soon as garbage turns up here, they brush it away quickly. The street cleaner is over there. Well, I wouldn't say it's spotlessly clean, but for Asia, comparing it to other places I've visited, it's surprisingly clean. Tuk-tuk lanes are unlimited. They ride anywhere they want. Say in Indonesia or in Bangladesh, they have downtown areas where tuk-tuks are not allowed. They try to force them out. Here, they have absolute freedom. The food zone begins right outside the railway station. I arrived at the main business area of Delhi. It's kind of a Delhi suburbs, but the main office buildings are located here, like Microsoft, Expedia, Google. Everything looks fancy by India's standards. Filming is prohibited. There are security sensors at the entrance. When they spotted my camera, they told me entering with a camera was not allowed, although there are lots of cafes and facilities. I asked them, what about my camera? Can't I have a coffee with my camera? They said, okay, go ahead. But don't take out your camera. Filming's not allowed. It's prohibited, so I'm filming secretively. Let's see how a fancy Indian district looks like, how new residential and business areas look like, and how secret places you mustn't ever film look like. All over the place. Filming's not allowed. I've just made a couple of shots. I hope they don't kick me out of here from the celebration of life. Here are the cafes and even an Apple reseller. There's a Samsung store next to it. And here, you see, are all the business centers. Toshiba, Oppo. The stores are also here. Well, I'd say everything looks amazing. Here's how modern Delhi looks like. The most modern Delhi you can imagine. I have no idea why filming's not allowed here. I've met such rules in some countries. Say, in Kazakhstan, filming all the fine things is not allowed either. If they built up a new area, or simply made something beautiful, they prohibit filming it. You can film shit, garbage, and ruined roads all you want, but filming anything nice is strictly prohibited. That's how it looks like. I'd say we're not much interested in the new office area. Let's walk a little bit farther and see how the town looks like. It's really a town. Let's see how it looks outside the compound area. I made a couple of shots here, and I feel like a spy, filming a secret military object. Check out the ads. Cafes, restaurants, business centers, and stores. A super secret Indian object. All right, I left the business area. I nearly got kicked out to the parking lot. Now I'm trying... You see, here's an overpass, namely a monorail they constructed here. I want to climb up the monorail and ride several stations farther to reach the residential area and check out residential buildings. That's how the monorail station looks like. It looks rather shabby and rusty. I'm not really sure it works. Let's find the entrance. The escalator begins from the second floor. According to the designers, I'm supposed to climb to the second floor on foot. And here it comes, the magic stair. That's how the local subway looks like. It's not a monorail. It's more of a light metro, located on an overpass. Trains arrive every 7 or 8 minutes. Here, you can see the contrast. We'll speak of it a bit later. Here are the apartment blocks. They smartened up the area somehow, but down there, it's littered, devastated, and even unpaved. Along the cyber city, with its business centers, skyscrapers, and offices, comes the road. The subway forms a kind of single-track railway. If you need to go that way, you can ride along the loop and head that way. Well, let's enjoy the ride and look at Delhi's business center through the window. I can see a train on the horizon hurrying to us. A subway ticket, or rather a subway token, is 20 rupees. The train is covered with posters for you to have more fun riding it. I was going to film through the windows. I doubt I can do that. Everything's working against us, my friends. I'd say it's fucking stupid to cover up the windows so that no one sees anything. They make the transport less attractive to passengers for the sake of advertising. I'm in the city called Gurgaon. It's located 35 kilometers away from Delhi, so not far away. It's kind of a new city, with expensive houses and offices they built here. To have an apartment here is considered fancy. There are lots of apartment blocks. Almost all of them were built by private businesses without any approval or even layout. Businessmen simply purchased former fields and pastures from peasants at a cheap rate and began putting up apartment blocks instead. The locals who used to live here thought they'd get a kind of garden city with magnificent streets. They studied the renderings and rubbed their hands with glee, waiting for the happiness to come. The happiness didn't come, because instead of fields and greenery, the apartment blocks rose here, surrounded by tall fences and guards not letting anyone in. The town's streets turned into unsurmountable obstacles, represented by multiple highways, impossible to cross. There's plenty of cars and crazy traffic, dust and endless noise. If you don't have tons of money to drive a car and live in the Oasis buildings, then you're not just a second-rate citizen, you're a worst-rate one. I'll pretend to be an ordinary person who has no money to buy an apartment. Just an ordinary man. I'll roam around the new town, the most fancy neighborhood. Let's check the local infrastructure. Here's a spoiler. It certainly looks like hell. Let's go. I'm going out of the subway, and here's the local beauty. The place, the new town, is a great example of private companies developing the city. They bought the fields and pastures ground that used to be here. They put up plenty of houses here. As a result, the horrible scene starts right outside the fence. You see, it's covered with posters promoting luxury living in the heart of the city. There are nice pictures with apartment blocks and palm trees, a real oasis. Everything seems nice and perfect. Then you find yourself here, with no possibility to pass. A boom gate, another boom gate. That's it. You leave the luxury life behind, and you see neither roads nor pavements. It's littered all over. Well, that's the scene we have. The world is divided into the part behind the boom gate, with storefronts, polished granite, and security guards. The other part is outside the boom gate, with dirt, unpaved roads, traffic jams, and garbage. The border goes along the ribbon. You see, they stretched a rope here. There's the private area developers care about, making it nice and clean. And here's the area no one gives a damn about. They left a ditch here, making people jump over it. No one cares about people with strollers or anything. They literally dug trenches here. They've obviously been here long, as they've stamped it all over. You walk around and see luxury life. On the one side, with nice fountains and everything. And on the other side, there are tattered roads and streets. I'm trying to walk along the pavements, and it's rather tough. There are no crosswalks, of course. They obviously don't love pedestrians or even give them way. Here's an entrance to the residential compound and luxury life. People are supposed to arrive by cars only. If you don't have enough money to drive a car or order a taxi, then you must suffer. You see, everything's filthy. Here's a Starbucks for you to come in and grab a coffee. Let's do that too. You see the vivid difference? Here's the security booth, palm trees over there, gardens and stuff, with nice poppies planted here. You see those poppies? Flowers, palm trees, even a fence and flower beds made from tires. That's it with the beauty. That's the border between a fancy compound and an ordinary road, featuring various obstacles. They're obviously not happy with pedestrians here. If for some reason you went out without a car, or you have no car at all, that's not a good place for you. Unfortunately, I can't enter the compound area, as there are lots of security guards. They keep asking me who I'm visiting. You can't enter the area for no reason. But there's nothing interesting in there anyway. That's a typical Asian compound, with closed area, and fancy improvements, and multi-story buildings. all over the place, about the same as in China. I turned off the main road to a kind of internal passage. Residents use the passage to reach their fancy compounds. The scene changes here noticeably. The pavement exists only technically and is littered all over. Indistinct wastelands are all you can find outside the pavement, along with garbage and barbed wire. But the road had noticeably changed. Adult trees are planted here. Nice ones, by the way, along with many other plants. They even planted some indistinct plants here, and obviously water them and care about them. There are street cleaners brushing something. Everything's for the sake of those who purchased the apartments, for them to feel like landlords. They're preparing new patches for building. And here's the luxury compound in the distance. New buildings will take the patch soon. They already prepared the road and bushes and arranged a fancy approach. They'll divide the patch later. Here, check out the fences they surround the compounds with. You can enter only with a pass card, or if you are on the list. The security guys take care of that. To protect the residents' privacy and save their windows from peeking, they planted the giant 10-meter-high trees. That's thick greenery, a green fence with flowers surrounding the compound. That's how the pavement looks. There's no pavement, in fact. I'm just walking along the roadside. Small old houses are still standing behind the fence. Most of them are abandoned and will be demolished soon. That's how local houses used to look. The land was taken by fields and pastures. Ordinary working people lived here back then. Then the houses were occupied by migrant workers and service staff working on the compound. They're still living here, hidden from people's eyes, hidden from the rich residents by trees, bushes, and fences, so that they don't spoil the view. Those are the houses for migrant workers, for technical and service staff. They look like small concrete boxes with air conditioners only. They're surrounded by the fence, showing the concept of future high-class, expensive houses. You know, there are lots of abandoned construction sites around. The developers must have gone bankrupt and left construction sites to rust. No one's in there. There are lots of abandoned sites around. The multi-story buildings with expensive trimming are seen clearly from here. You see, they're all around the place. They were built in the last 10 or 15 years. The security guys are total jerks. I was filming something, and this guy came up to me and said filming was prohibited. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm filming it from the outside. Get lost. But the stubborn guy said, no, don't film our house. I was like, okay, take your house away then. I don't like it either. Well, we ended up arguing. I'd say he was a little bit nuts. Or maybe he just couldn't get me well. He didn't get my Russian English speech, as well as I didn't get his Indian English one. Well, we couldn't agree. The guy said he'd call the police and they'd arrest me. I was like, okay, go ahead. Go ahead and let the police show me the law prohibiting me from filming the stuff you built here, from the street, or from the freaking road. Let the police tell me that. He went away, and so did I. It's fine so far, but I may have something to show you soon. It's a great day to be arrested by Indian police, isn't it? You see, the pavements exist only technically. They serve as road decorations only, helping the honored car owners drive comfortably. There are no crosswalks or anything. Pedestrians simply can't cross the street. They can only run across it. There are crosswalks at subway stations only, with like several kilometers between them. If you need to cross the street, you have to walk several kilometers. which is rather inconvenient, isn't it? The security guys obviously got interested in me. I bet they're going to prohibit my filming. Oh my, the guy's got a stick. 3 against 1. I'm not sure I can deal with them. Well, I'm a good runner. Check out the trees they planted here. They even have tree grates. And everything, it looks nice. The only problem is, you can't cross the road. I'm at the railway station, and that's the airport line. It's an express line, and the trip to the railway station takes 15 minutes. Here's the New Delhi railway station. You see, the security guys don't let thieves in. But right behind the fence, it's nice and clean in here, but right behind the fence, it's littered all over, with homeless beggars roaming around, with garbage and everything. Typical India. But here you see, it's nice and clean. In fact, such scene is rare to see. India is getting cleaner, right before my eyes. It makes me happy, watching India getting cleaner and more civilized. Here are cycle rickshaws offering a ride. Someone selling eggs. We're heading to Old Delhi to roam around and have a look. Here are various treats for those who missed dinner. You can also have a haircut while waiting for the train, or buy new pants. I still have no idea how people avoid road accidents here, or injuries. How they still keep all their limbs in place, living in the metal traffic mess. Why don't they get hit by cars? Old Delhi begins right after the railway station, with its benches and narrow streets. Here's a tuk-tuk parking, and a cycle rickshaws parking. They took like half the road. The traffic lights are not working. I'll cross the street at my own risk. They don't give way to pedestrians at crosswalks. The only way to cross the street is to run among the cars and watch out. Well, at least everyone is careful and has a good reaction. You can't scroll on your phone, by the way, because if you try doing that, you'll get run over by a car or a rickshaw in no time. Especially annoying is that they keep honking. They can't drive without honking. The honking goes endlessly. I saw news saying they put up traffic lights on a crossroad. It started the waiting time all over again. If someone tried honking, it was supposed to suppress drivers and stop them from honking. And it even seemed to work. But only at one crossroad.
One day, we connected decibel meters to a few signal poles around the city.
Those are Old Delhi streets. That's the spot where you don't have to limit your speed. No one drives fast here. Cycle lanes are not necessary either, as it's basically a large cycle lane. They need to sort things out a bit, and it'll turn into urban beauty. That's amazing. Blue hour light. The sun is down, but it's not dark yet. The headlights shine through the dust, rising from the roads, and it's getting chilly. There are a few people as it's Sunday. It's a bliss to walk along the street. That's how Old Delhi streets look like. You remember, there are wide avenues, trees, fences, and almost no people in New Delhi. The builders are skillfully putting bricks on their heads. Looks handy. You put like 10 bricks on your head and just go. Such places are so concentrated, picturesque, and scenic, it's almost impossible to stop taking photos. You can see the place is a total mess. All the rickshaws exhaust me, suggesting to take me to the mosque for 50 rupees. I'll get there on foot in less time than you with your bicycle. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Avoiding all the cars definitely requires skills. That's a pedestrian way. The sidewalk goes along the stalls. Walking here is hideous. Two people can hardly pass each other, and it's choking in bags. The sellers are trying to drag you in at the same time. I'd say it's not easy to walk around here. You must possess special Indian skills. The architecture is nearly absent here. If you arrive here to enjoy old Delhi buildings, all you see is cable noodles and endless posters overlapping each other. The buildings look like free advertising newspapers. My friends, the mess contains one more layer, full of monkeys. They're yelling from up there, jumping back and forth, and nibbling at the cables. I'm not sure you can see that, but there's plenty of giant monkeys. It's sitting up there like it's going to crap on us. Those guys came up to me and said some male monkeys could get angry with me, taking photos of them. Well, it's nibbling at cables right above the people passing by, but they seem fine with that. I wonder if it gets electrocuted while gnawing through the cables. Well, I decided to try the local flavor as best I can. I hired a rickshaw. I'd say it's not so pleasant, as it's not equipped with shock absorbers. I guess I'll end up with disenlarged intestines. But the guy agreed to ride 1.5 kilometers for 100 rupees. I'd say it's expensive as hell, because they usually earn like 500 or 1,000 rupees in a day. For me, the trip costs 100, because I'm a tourist. But it's okay, 100 rubles aren't worth haggling. Let him work. And it's a good chance for me to enjoy a real rickshaw ride. The population of Delhi is officially estimated at 20 million. There is no precise data, but the last census took place in 2011. It's highly possible for Delhi to become the world's most densely populated city in the next 10 years. By the way, if you're visiting Delhi or another city, stay in touch by using eSIM. You'll always have internet handy, with no need to buy a local SIM or pay for expensive roaming. Find the link in the capture below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click like, write a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to post the video on Reddit and share the link with your friends via WhatsApp.